Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update, sponsored by Tax Network USA, America's #1 choice for tax resolution. Please go to tnusa.com/bill or call 800-245-6000. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It is Wednesday, October 30th, 2024. 5 days until the election. You kidding me? Here's what's happening today in America. Deplorables 2.0. Illegal alien murderers. No Kamala endorsements. An 84-year-old man gets paid back. That's all coming up. Then Bill's going to be here with your message of the day. But first, Kamala's big speech at the Ellipse in D.C. This is the site where Donald Trump gave his January 6th speech, where democracy was almost torn asunder on that fateful day. Kamala called Trump a petty tyrant who wants unchecked power. She said he's unstable and is obsessed with revenge. And then she said she's the person to bring unity back to America. Meanwhile, yesterday, Joe Biden was on a phone call to a Hispanic group and said, Donald Trump has no character. He doesn't give a damn about the Latino community. Just the other day, a speaker at a rally called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. The only garbage I see out there is his supporters. An illegal alien from El Salvador was arrested for killing a young couple in Northern Virginia. The Loudoun County Sheriff said the suspect is a known MS-13 gang member and was not in our country legally. Another illegal alien from El Salvador was arrested after a carjacking resulted in the death of a 54-year-old grandmother who was in Loudoun County to check on her mom in an assisted living center. He entered into California illegally. Also, police outside Daytona Beach released the body camera footage of police stopping a woman from being raped in a field. This illegal alien was from Guatemala and applied for asylum just the day before the attempted rape. Also, an illegal alien from Mexico is accused of raping a child in Massachusetts. This is all from today, by the way. Add USA Today to the list. LA Times, Washington Post, and now USA Today will not endorse Kamala for president. This also applies to 200 Gannett-owned newspapers. The ownership said that the local editors could still make endorsements on local or state races. An 84-year-old Yankees fan went to his first game in 1948. He was 8 years old. He now lives in Florida, and his kids knew they had to get him to the World Series to see his beloved Yankees again. They couldn't afford it. But it just so happens that Dad was a New York firefighter for 30 years and later worked to counsel firefighters. So she put out a social media post, and people who he's helped over the years chipped in and got him a ticket to the game. Dad said, "I'm not a crybaby, but you got me." Yankees won last night 11-4. Game 5 is tonight at 7 Eastern. I'm Mike Slater. Bill O'Reilly with your message of the day. Next.
Are you feeling the impact of recent timeshare industry changes? Now more than ever, the costs of timeshare ownership far outweigh the benefits. My friends at Lone Star Transfer are the only company I trust to help you get out. Our listeners' positive feedback demonstrates why I've supported the company for years. For more than a decade, they have helped over 20,000 owners get out of the timeshare. Their exclusive options can help you get out faster and easier, more than any other option in the country. They are the only company that will give you a written guarantee and release you from your timeshare in a specific time frame. With an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau and thousands of 5-star reviews, customer service is their top priority. For free consultation and a guaranteed solution, please call 855-551-7066. That's 855-551-7066, or go to LoneStarTransfer.com. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Wednesday, the Wall Street Journal editorial page is convinced that if Kamala Harris is elected, she'll target the Supreme Court for destruction by packing it with political appointees. The opinion makes sense because the court is the strongest barrier to a progressive takeover of the country. To me, that's the most dangerous political situation Americans have faced since the South seceded in 1860. The progressive left is totalitarian, and Ms. Harris is their spear point. The far-left agenda includes the following: amnesty for undocumented migrants, reparations for slavery, allowing government to undermine parental authority in abortion and gender matters involving their minor children, severe restrictions on firearms, onerous taxation on the affluent and corporations, fair share, a government-regulated economy that mandates green strategies which all companies would have to obey. A reimagining of criminal punishment. Federal prison sentences would be reduced dramatically. Imposed equity, where the federal government would provide taxpayer entitlements to selected groups. Limits on speech. A weaponization of the Justice Department and IRS. On and on and on and on. There is no question that progressives support all of the above, and so does Kamala Harris. That's what's at stake on November 5th. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Okay, let's go to the mail. Mark Umaker, Pittsford, New York. I'm a premium member after learning about the disparaging remarks toward Puerto Rico and Latinos in general by a so-called comedian during the Trump rally. It baffles the mind how anyone on the Trump re-election campaign could have authorized this. They didn't authorize, the Trump people didn't authorize the attack on Puerto Rico. They didn't vet it at all. That's what happened. And you can't do that. You got to have people looking out for you. Bob Bermudez, San Diego, as a conservative Republican and a Puerto Rican, I have concerns about the comments at the Trump rally. Remember last week your comments, O'Reilly, about how important the Hispanic Latino vote will be in this election. Unless President Trump makes amends and extends an olive branch to more than 6 million Puerto Ricans living here, this might sabotage his election chances. I don't think it's at that level. But if I were Trump, I would definitely repudiate it. And I don't think he did that in his press conference today, but I definitely would. Just put out a social media thing saying, look, I'm sorry about that. It's not how I feel. How hard is that? But again, you got to have a staff to suggest these things. Richard Thomas, Staunton, Illinois. The reason Democrats are for an open border is to overload the system so it'll collapse and they can gain total control. There is some truth to that. The real hardcore socialists like Bernie Sanders want the capitalistic economy to collapse. That is true. Lloyd, if Kamala Harris wins, expect gas prices to rise due to her proposal to ban fracking. She's not going to ban fracking. You can't be that blatant about it. So oil prices will rise because the regulations that are strangling the harvesting of fossil fuels will still be there. She's not going to take them off. Trump will day one, he said. And he will. In a moment, something you might not know. Did you know every day is a perfect day for peace of mind? With American Home Shield Warranty, you are covered for unexpected breakdowns like leaky faucets or faulty water heaters. Choose a plan that fits your budget and rest easy knowing repairs and replacements are taken care of. Simply contact American Home Shield when an issue arises, and their trusted pros will handle it according to your coverage. Don't let worries about appliances and home systems weigh you down. Celebrate the reassurance of protection. Don't worry, be warranty. For 20% off plans, visit ahs.com/bill. For more details, see ahs.com/contracts for coverage details, including limit amounts, fees, limitations, and exclusions. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 193 years ago today, a runaway slave was captured in Virginia. Weeks earlier, he began the most successful and brutal revolt in U.S. history. Here's the story of Nat Turner. Born October 1800, Turner worked as a carpenter and a preacher on a plantation in Virginia. Believing himself chosen by God to lead his people out of slavery, Nat Turner organized a violent rebellion among his congregants. Beginning in August 1831, Turner and 70 slaves attacked their masters. For 2 days, they rampaged through southern Virginia. The group went house to house, murdering every white person, regardless of age or gender. Turner believed the attack would spark a nationwide revolution, ending the institution of slavery. In total, 85 whites were slaughtered using stolen guns, machetes, and field tools. Finally, the state militia, consisting of 3,000 Virginians, crushed the rebellion. Turner and his followers were dispersed, captured, or killed. In the aftermath, scores of enslaved people were lynched, though most of them had nothing to do with the rebellion. Well, Nat Turner's uprising was the largest and most sustained of enslaved people ever in North America. Led to a new wave of oppressive legislation prohibiting the assembly and education of blacks inside the USA. And here's something else you might not know. After his death, Nat Turner's body was sold and carved up as souvenirs. The corpse was, quote, skinned, dissected, and divided as trophies to be handed down as family heirlooms. Revolting, to use a word appropriate to Nat Turner. How did he die? Well, he was captured on October 30th, 1831, hanged 1 week later. Back in a moment. Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. America is at a breaking point. Record inflation, interest rates, debt. The last thing we need is more reckless government spending and higher taxes, and they could happen. But a Harris presidency could bring us into that zone, plus a hit to your retirement savings. So protect your savings with American Hartford Gold. They'll help you secure your retirement by diversifying with physical gold and silver. Start with a simple phone call. They'll guide you through the process, even deliver gold and silver right to your door, or place it directly in your IRA or 401k. Don't wait. These safe haven assets can protect you in an economic crisis. Call or text American Hartford Gold today. Tell them O'Reilly sent you to get up to $15,000 of free silver on qualifying orders. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD Gold, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD or text GOLD to 65532. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.